In today's tutorial, let's do my Ruby Cowl together. This is for beginners and beyond. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do this cowl that is an infinity cowl that has a permanent twist built right into it. So no matter what I do, I can never flatten this out because it has a permanent twist. So what we have today is that we're using Bernat Dazzle. 2 balls of Bernat Dazzle makes 1. If you only want to use 1 ball, then you will get only 6 inches, and then 2 balls will give you a total of 12 inches going up the side. So let me just turn it over and show you what the back side looks like, because you will realize because it's an infinity cowl, you'll see that the stitch work actually looks upside down here, but then it's upside right here. So the infinity cowl, what we're gonna do is start off in the middle, and we're gonna do this revolution that comes around and does one side and then does the other at the same time. So every time you circle around this particular item, you're not only doing one side of it, but you're also doing the other. So that's what an infinity is. So if you follow it, and let's do that here on camera. So if I follow this line here, let me just follow just here, you'll see that it comes down and around, and then it comes up the other side, okay, and then you're up here, okay, and around here, and then back down again. Okay, so do you see that? So that's how we're gonna follow. So this is the line in which we crochet. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna start off in the very center, as I mentioned, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. We're gonna apply a twist. If you do not want to have a twist in your project, then you don't have to, but I think this sits better on you when there's a twist permanently built in. But again, that's a personal choice. So let's go over what you're gonna need exactly, and let's then go for this pattern. So just as a recap, 2 balls of Bernat Dazzle, and then you'll just need a size L 8mm crochet hook in order to do one of these. Let's begin, and let's take a look at what the stitches are involved in this project. So what we're going to do is that we're gonna start off with the chain, and we're gonna create what looks like a V-stitch. So there's gonna be 2 double crochets in every other chain as we go. So what's gonna happen is that we are going to do this, and then we're gonna do a partial flip to create the spin of the infinity, and then we're gonna continue on the other side, and the other side it's gonna continue in the same one but on the other side, like so. Okay, so you'll be doing this. Okay, so the just continue to match. Exactly what you see. I'm not used to doing the stitches upside down like that. So what's gonna happen is that you're gonna continue along, and then you're gonna get both sides done. So it's a continuous revolution. There's no slip stitching involved in this item at all. And then what we're going to do is that when you get back and you're on top of another one, you don't actually go into any one of these double crochets, but you go into the space in between. So the next layer will have the double crochets right sitting in the spaces like this, and it makes them all nest together, which gives you the beautiful shaping that you see within this project. So this happens on all of the entire project, including on this side, is that they're just sitting clearly on the inside in between 2 of the double crochets. So let's begin. Now you know how it's done. Let me show you how to do that and create that twist. So let's begin. I've determined that you need 66 chains in order to create the size that I showed you, but I'm going to do a smaller version because it's really, once you get it, it's really quite simple, and we are going to change. So if you want to change the size and you don't like the size that I want to do, you want to do bigger or smaller, the secret answer is to keep these in multiples of 2. Okay, so that's all that I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna do a small version, because once you understand this, it's really quite easy. So let's just, so you go 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, or you can do 66. It depends on what you want. So 1 2 and 1 2. So you're gonna get all the way to your 66 or to the size that you want, and then you're going to then join it. So let me show you what to do at that point. Without twisting your chain, just make sure it's laying so you can see all the same stitches all together. What you want to do is you want to join it to the beginning chain like so, to form the ring that's on the interior of your cowl. So just pull through and through. Okay, obviously yours will be a lot bigger when you go to do this, because obviously it's for you. So what we're going to do then is that we're going to then start, and we're gonna show you how to do the half twist in just a moment. So let's begin. We're going to chain 1, and in the first one that where you've joined it, I want you to put 2 half double crochets in that one. So just put 2, and this is going to get you, because this is the center, it'll make sense in just a little bit in this tutorial, but the first 2 are going to be right into the same stitch. So put 2 half double crochets in, and then I want you to skip one chain and then go to the second over, and I want you to put in 2 double crochets. Now when you go to do this, I want you to only grab one strand of the chain, and I want you to put 2 double crochets into that same one. There's a reason why I'm asking you to grab one strand, and it will make sense when you come back around on this thing. So skip one and then go to the next one and put in 2 double crochets again. And you're gonna do that all the way around, and because you've gone in an even number of going in sets of 2, it will work out. So you're gonna continue just to do that, and I'm going to stay live here on camera just because it's not gonna take me long to get around. And again, skip one, go to the second one over. Okay, so I'm just gonna get rid of the straggler, so you'll sew that in after. So just grab one strand only, continuing to go all the way around until you get to the where you're gonna meet right back up with it. Okay, skip one, and then I'm gonna go to this one. This is the last one before you end up running into the next one again. So there's gonna be like one double crochet, or sorry, one chain that separates everything, and that's right here. So right now if I were to join it here, you would notice that it would not have a flip, because you can see that the top is coming around and back up onto the hook. So what I want to do is that I want to flip this and just flip it once, okay? And I want you just on the back side of this then start. So right where the first 2 half double crochets are in, that's where you're gonna place the next 2 double crochets. So it's just like on the opposite side. Okay, so then you move along and then come to the next. See, you're looking at the bottom side. So this was where we were in the top. Now we're doing underneath because you've done that half flip. So 2 double crochets on that one, and continuing along, go to the next one. So you're just looking basically for the bottoms of the double crochet. Okay, come into the next one. Okay, come into the next one, and what's gonna happen is that we're gonna run back into the beginning automatically because we're gonna go around in a continuous circle. So you will notice that you'll never, because we put that half twist in, you'll never be able to lie this thing flat. So sometimes you just gotta adjust things in order to see things happening, and here's the last one before I run into the first one again. Just like that. Okay, so just kind of make sense of it. So right now then you've come all the way back around, and now you see that these here are double crochets that are sitting up properly. Okay, the first one is actually a half double crochet because that's what we started with. So I need you to just separate them, and that's where the first 2 double crochets will go, and that's basically then it sets you off for the entire pattern. Now you come to the next group. Okay, see there's 2 double crochets. You're just gonna squeeze these 2 double crochet right between them. So this goes fast because you're not looking for stitches. Come to the next one, just squeeze 2 double crochets in there. So you're just gonna continue to do this around and around, and use up 2 balls of Bernat Dazzle. No big deal. And it just continues to follow it up. So where we've started is the interior, which is the interior line, and as we're rotating around you can see that I'm kind of manipulating it. When it's bigger like mine is, you don't need to manipulate it as much. Okay, and I just continue. You get it? Okay, so how do you finish this off? So you're gonna continue to go round and around and around. Use up 2 balls of Bernat Dazzle if you would like the size that I shared with you. And when you're going to finish then, say you're happy with the size, even if you don't want to do 12 and you just want to end it a little bit earlier, what you're going to do is that the last 3 of these are what we're going to do. So say we want to finish, so the next one then will be 2 half double crochets only. Okay, the next one then will be 2 single crochets only, and then the last one will just be a slip stitch. And this is when you'll fasten off and then use this and weave in your ends with the darning needle. So this is kind of like a miniature version of doing this, and you can see it's got the permanent twist to it. I don't want to cut this yarn because I want to use this for another project, but you can see it's got the twist in it, and you can see that this is where we started on the inside, and this is basically a miniature version. So this is how they do the Ruby Cowl. It's an infinity cowl, and this is a really cool concept. So until next time, Mikey, on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com, have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.